It's almost all over now. I'm at the airport, I've checked in, and I will say that when they tell you, in these cases, in a European holidays, to get there 3 hours before, you really do, because you spend about 1.5 hours in the queue. I've never, in all my time in travelling, I've never seen a queue as long as that long snake of a queue that was in the airport. I've just never. And it really was just show us your boarding pass and then bag drop. And guess what? I was 1 kilo heavier than when I left. I don't know I don't know what I had in my bag that I don't know. Maybe some I don't know. But anyway. Oh, got some water. Hold on a minute. Detoxing from now. Wow. It's been a good one. A long one and a good one. So, yeah, that's it. That's the end of my solo trip to Lanzarote. And yeah, got a bit emotional when it was, you know, that Luther Vandross song tune, Dance with My Father. And you know, just seeing those girls dancing with their dad sort of like brought some emotion to me, because I remember that tune was around when I lost my dad, you know, and I don't think I ever had that, you know, experience. Well, not that I can remember anyway, that experience that they were having with their dad, and it was just something that was wonderful to see, you know, and I think they're going to be enriched mentally for it in later years. You know, the relationship that they have with their family, it's and to know that they've been coming from the same place since the kids were babies, and they love their holiday, so they love it there, and they're really young, so they've grown up in that holiday, in that hotel. But I would like to try the Secrets one. I would like to try that, and I'm definitely going to try it, because I've never been to mainland Portugal. I'm definitely going to try that Tivoli Marina hotel. That's meant to be like proper 5-star. Let's see if I can afford it, because part of this is being able to shop for holidays. This is all new to me. There are people that travel, and they get the bargains. I mean, maybe in time I'll learn that. Well, it's the only way I'm going to be able to do it, because I can't afford these cooking. I can't afford all these expensive holidays, but it would be nice to get a 5-star. Excuse me, it's just not going around the air for some reason. And they were cooking the whole time. Why didn't you tell me? It would be a good thing to be able to get a 5-star holiday on the cheap. I'm not a seasoned traveller. For the years of travelling, I've been travelling to one place, and that's California, where I love, which is home from home, and there's family there. But other than that, this whole European thing is completely new to me. It's completely, like I said earlier on, I've only been to, you know, you go to your day trips to France, yeah. The first time I actually went abroad, I went on my own, actually. It was the first time I ever stepped foot on another, anywhere other than the UK, was to Italy. And it was the same thing. I was much younger. It was the same thing. I asked a few friends whether they would like to come, and they said yes. And I said, okay, I'm going to buy my ticket. You buy yours when you're ready. No one bought a ticket. So I ended up going on my own, which wasn't a problem. You know, it was the first time I ever flew. And, you know, I had this whole trip mapped out, and them times there wasn't no internet or anything like that. So I had my whole trip mapped out, that I was going to go to Milan, I mean, I landed in Rome. Then I was going to go to Milan, Bologna, and where was it? All these places. But I ended up. I loved Rome. I got myself into. I took risks, man. I swear, I'm a risk taker, but it's not a good. I don't recommend it at all. I ended up. I've met some friends. I ended up high up in the hill, where past two Italian families arguing. One family was one side behind the mum. There was a line of them behind the mum, and then there was a line of the other family, and they were like this. And I ended up with these friends in a shack. So we passed that family, that family feud, and we ended up going to. But there you can just buy bottled wine. You buy it from whoever makes it. So we got a big bottle of that, and we were swinging. I mean, I'm not even thinking, well, Janie, you could get sick. Do you know what I mean? And then I'm in a shack with these people, and I'm thinking to myself, Jesus, if anybody breaks in, I'll send. If anybody comes in this shack, I'm right. There's a screwdriver. And. It was just, and then in the end, there was a bit of smoking going on, not on my part, and then I just said, I'm getting out of here, come on, I left. And a couple of us left, and I was running down the mountain saying, I've got to get out of here, not in a friendly way, it was all good. Look back, but I mustn't take those risks these days. Do you know what I mean? I should have taken those risks them days. You don't get into, when you're older and you're more sensible, you don't get into those crazy situations. I mean, it sounds simplistic, but it was mad at the time. But I really did enjoy. I overstayed in Rome, and I didn't do the journey that I thought I was going to do but I did really enjoy. I went to the Vatican. I was invited by one of the priests from the Vatican, came running up to me. I was in the centre, came running up to me and said, would you like to come to the service tonight? And I said, well, yeah, but I didn't go. And I wished I did, I wished I did, because it would have been an amazing thing in the Vatican, So, this solo thing has been sort of like peeping its head for a while, But it's not that I don't travel alone. But it's usually, when I travel, it's not for leisure, it's more for work or family. I go to family. So if I travel alone, that don't count. If you're going to a family home, that don't count. If I'm going to do work, does that count even though it's on my own? It's on my own, it's my own risk assessment and everything. I may be filming murderers, people that's unalived. And I will go on my own to film them because I've done my risk assessment about it and I'm on my way. So, but this is a new thing, this whole European. I'm going to do bits of Europe. I'd never been to Spain before. You know what? My friend Sandra, she was saying, when we went to Madeira, there were hills. You walk up. Sorry, love. There were hills in Lanzarote as well. I think it's all over Europe. You'll find, that you have to walk up these hills, man. You get used to it. I mean, like in Madeira, the hills were like that, and there were cars parked on them. The streets. There was one that we had to walk up to get to the hotel. That was a nightmare. But, it's all in good fun, and it's all about fitness, getting fit as well, while you're on holiday. Because you sort of like now I'm cleansing my liver and it's not even New Year's Eve. I think I'm done with all that, my liver needs a break. I mean, I weren't sort of like milking it like I could have. And I don't think I had one really hard drink like rum or Bacardi or vodka. I didn't touch any of that. I was just drinking cocktails, really. But I suppose tequila ain't soft, is it? But it was pretty mixed, and I could count that I had probably about 3, and one was disgusting. In that club. Oh my God, that was nasty. So it's been great talking to you as well. That's been, see, like I said, I'm not a hermit. I'm not someone that wants to isolate myself. I just like to sometimes travel alone, and I've got you lot to talk to as well. So, and tell you all about it, tell you all about the trip. I know I'm missing something, but I'll if I remember, I'll speak to you soon. We don't know the boarding gate yet, but I'm sure soon. I want to get home now. I want to get home. So, it's been great. This is probably the ugly side of travelling, European travelling. We may be delayed, and the delay may be 3 hours, so we won't be leaving till 4 o'clock, and I'm not having that. Well, there's nothing I can do about it. So, that's the case at the moment. We may be delayed, and the delay will be till 4 o'clock. And so I don't know apparently it's foggy out there. It's foggy in Gatwick. I don't know. Yes, there is a delay, and now we're boarding at 3 p.m. So we was meant to be boarding at 12:55, and now we're boarding. It's 3 hours delay. And I think this is probably the ugly side of chartered flights. I think it's a chartered flight. Yes, it will be a chartered flight. This is the ugly side of chartered flights, the delays. I believe that some of the reason is because it's foggy at Gatwick. Is it? I don't know. But this is, you just want to get home. When you're going home, you just want to get home. And now this. Looks like we're boarding an hour late. So rather than 3, it's just an hour late. So let's see what happens. A complete add-in to the trip. I'm now on a bus going to Bristol bus station, where I'm going to get a Flixbus to Hammersmith. This has been a complete mess. EasyJet, not very good when it comes to female solo pilots. They just did not care. They gave us no information on how to navigate to get anywhere. I had to, my friend who lives in Bristol had to guide me through everything. EasyJet were very unhelpful, and even the air hostess, they were in a similar situation, but they just didn't care. They did not care. You could sleep on the street. We would be having another conversation if anything happened to me due to this, because they gave out no helpful information, nothing whatsoever. Nothing whatsoever. Nothing. It's been a nightmare. It's a bad end to a good trip. It really is. It's 1:27 and I've just got home. Oh my God. You read about these things about EasyJet, but you just don't think that it'll happen to you, or they're that true. You just think that sometimes people are miserable. But the thing is, okay, you can't be responsible for the weather. I understand that. Yes, I understand that. You can't be responsible for the weather. But the thing is, they promised us coaches. Yeah? They promised us coaches when we got back to when we got to Bristol. That's way out of my comfort zone, Bristol. Remember, I'm a solo traveller. They promised us coaches, which they said while we was on the plane, they said they couldn't deliver that. Yeah. Then we had to wait on the plane for them to get, it was one of those ones where we had to get a bus to the terminal. That took ages. Yeah. So literally they said, they literally announced on the tannoy that we can't get you the coaches no more. We apologise. Hope it's not too inconvenient, but you have to make your own way home. Now, that's my cat, sorry. Hey. Who's just so glad to see me. She's so glad to see me. Hey, say hello. Say hello, Sky. Say hello. Anyway, so the thing is, they said that they would compensate us, but if they were going to offer us coaches, why couldn't they give us all train tickets? At least we'll get back to Gatwick, or we'll get somewhere much quicker, because time was running out. You know, even the trains weren't going to be running soon. And there was one train that I could have taken that would have cost something like 40 something quid, but it would have got me home at 6 o'clock in the morning. You know, so, and I weren't going to do that. I wasn't prepared to do that. So if it wasn't for my dear friend Jess, who lives in Bristol, who wanted to come and pick me up and take me to the bus station, I said, no, because it was 25 minutes away. And I don't think that she should come out of her warm house. Just give me the details. So she gave me the details. She found out all the information for me. She gave me the details to get on this bus that takes me to the bus station. And then there's a Flix bus that would take me to Hammersmith. And that's what I did. And when I got to Hammersmith, there was I really wanted to go to the loo. So there was a pub there. And I went to the loo there. And then I just thought to myself that a bus went past. And I thought, let me jump on this bus. And I jumped on a bus to near where I live. And then I just got an Uber for the rest of the way. You know, I mean, it was just, it's been a nightmare. It's been a nightmare. It's a terrible end to a wonderful trip. A terrible end to a wonderful trip. Really. A terrible, terrible end to a wonderful trip. You know, I can't believe it. They actually told us that they were going to deliver. I didn't even know when I was getting on the plane that we were going to Bristol. I didn't know. I just heard somebody talk and I said, what? We're not going to Gatwick? Where are we going? Bristol. Anywhere could have been. Why didn't they go to Heathrow then? You know, EasyJet's limited. They only go from Gatwick and they never go from Heathrow. So I'm going to have to rethink who I use. Do you know what I mean? Because even though I want to go back to this hotel and they're the ones that go there, I'm just going to have to, you know, Jet2, TUI, you know, it's not the fact you can't control weather, but you can, you just don't dump people. I'm a single lone traveler. They said, well, we can't do anything about it. So just say if I didn't have any, I said, what about some people? They might not have any money. Oh, they have a card. That's money. A card is money. Some people might, the holiday might have been booked for them. Do you know what I mean? It's just ridiculous the way they treat people. Ridiculous the way they treat people. I said to the one of the air stewardesses, I said, look, you're going to have I've already done a review. I've done a review. I've done a Trustpilot. I've done a Twitter, and I'm going to do reviews after reviews after reviews. You know, I mean, they literally just dump you. They don't care if if anything would have happened to me, then we would have been having another conversation. We would have been having another conversation. What went wrong and why? And what went wrong was EasyJet just literally left me stranded in a sense as a single load. They could have given us bus tickets. What about bus tickets? Bus tickets would have got us, but if they can't afford bus tickets, which would have been about 40 odd quid, yeah? Does that mean that they're not going to compensate us for what we did? Because they said they were going to compensate us. But I think that they're going to make every excuse not to. I do believe that they're going to make every excuse not to get. And also they're going to pay for my dog sitting fees, because that's another night. I've had to pay another night for the dog sitting fees, so they're going to pay for that as well. Yep, they're going to pay for that as well, as far as I'm concerned. Well, we're going to see, because I'm going to be onto them. I'm going to make so many reviews, honestly. But it's just that they're I don't think I've actually travelled EasyJet before. I haven't travelled EasyJet before, so this is all new to me. I read about it, hear about it, and now I've experienced it. Anyway, I'll see you a lot later. I'm disheveled. I don't care. Do you know what I mean? I'm disheveled. Yeah, I'm disheveled. Yeah, drag me. Okay. See you later. Bye. Hear the dogs singing with me. I can hear them already. Hello.